Carla from Masters College, and I'm going to show you how to do a critical reasoning exercise for the GMAT. So this is our exercise. The very first step is to identify the question based on how it's worded. So here it reads, which of the following conclusions could most properly be drawn from the information given above? So based on this wording, we know that it's a draw conclusion question, which is also known as an inference question. The next step is to deconstruct the argument. So we're going to try to understand it. It says laws requiring the use of headlights during daylight hours can prevent automobile collisions. However, since daylight visibility is worse in countries farther from the equator, any such laws would obviously be more effective in preventing collisions in those countries. In fact, the only countries that actually have such laws are farther from the equator than is the continental United States. So there are a couple of pieces of information we can break down from this little argument. First, the argument is telling us that these headlight laws are more effective in countries that are farther from the equator because they have lower daylight visibility, and that the countries that have the laws are farther from the equator than the continental United States. So the next step is to state the goal. So this is a draw conclusion question. Therefore, we want to figure out what conclusion we can draw from these pieces of information. So basically what we can figure out is that the laws are going to be less effective in the United States compared to countries that are farther from the equator. So now what we're going to do is go through the choices until we find an answer that makes sense. So the first option says drivers in the continental United States who use their headlights during the day would be just as likely to become involved in a collision as would drivers who did not use their headlights. So we can't conclude that drivers will gain no benefit from these laws. We just know that there is a comparison between how effective the laws can be depending on location. So this is something that we're going to go ahead and eliminate. The next choice says, in many countries that are farther from the equator than is the continental United States, poor daylight visibility is the single most important factor in automobile collisions. So here they're making an extreme claim that we can't justify. We don't know that it's the most important factor, we just know that it is a factor. C, the proportion of automobile collisions that occur in the daytime is greater in the continental United States than in the countries that have daytime headlight laws. In this case, since there are other factors that can affect accident rates and we don't have any information about those other factors, we also can't draw this conclusion. So we're going to eliminate C. D, fewer automobile collisions probably occur each year in countries that have daylight headlight laws than occur within the continental United States. Here we have this word fewer, and since we don't have any specific data about the number of accidents, we cannot draw this conclusion either. This is something that could be true but isn't necessarily true. The last choice is the only one left, so it must be right. E, daytime headlight laws would probably do less to prevent automobile collisions in the continental United States than they do in the countries that have the laws. This matches the conclusion that we drew, and it's something that has to be true based on the pieces of information in the argument. So this would be our answer. And that's it. That's how you do a critical reasoning exercise. Thank you. Bye.